Now, the assembly at the KICC also triggered memories of the euphoria that attended to the formation of the National Rainbow Coalition in 2002. Interestingly, the key players at today's ceremony were practically the same as those of 2002, save for President Mwai Kibaki, the late Professor George Saitoti, and the late Michael Kijana Wamalwa. And the common political enemy, just like in 2002, remains Uhuru Kenyatta. Is history repeating itself? KTN's Ferdinand Omondi has the story of the return of the rainbow.
2012 KICC, the team Raila Kalonzo Musyoka and Moses Wetangula. In attendance, Charity Ngilu. The team shall be known as the Coalition for Restoration of Democracy, CORD. The aim to win the presidency at the expense of Uhuru Kenyatta. Fast rewind to 2002. The team Mwai Kibaki, Raila Kijana Wamalwa, George Saitoti and Charity Ngilu. In attendance, Kalonzo Musyoka. The team was known as the National Rainbow Coalition. The aim to win the presidency at the expense of Uhuru Kenyatta. They came together 10 years ago to deny Uhuru Kenyatta the presidency. Now they are reunited under similar circumstances, save for Mwai Kibaki, who is retiring as president, and Wamalwa, Kijana and Saitoti, who have since passed on. The common factor here is Uhuru Kenyatta. In 2002, Raila dissolved his National Development Party and joined KANU in a merger that he expected would lead him to State House, only for President Moi to endorse Uhuru Kenyatta as his preferred candidate.
Na huyu ni Uhuru Kenyatta.
There come a time when the nation is more important than an individual.
That declaration led to a major fallout in KANU. Raila walked out on Moi to establish the Liberal Democratic Party, LDP. Together with Mwai Kibaki's Democratic Party, Ngilu's Social Democratic Party and Kijana Wamalwa's Ford Kenya, they formed the National Rainbow Coalition. NAC also lured Moi's lieutenants Kalonzo and Saitoti, who also felt let down by Moi's endorsement of Uhuru at the expense of a democratic process. The Rainbow Coalition went ahead to secure a landslide victory over Uhuru by over 2 million votes. But hardly had the new government begun its work than power wrangles rocked the coalition partners. The fallout culminated in the 2005 constitutional referendum when the government was split down the middle. The North side, led by Raila won the referendum. For the last 10 years, members of the Rainbow Alliance have been pulling in different directions. But today, Kalonzo announced that he would form an alliance with his sworn rival Raila. And on this day, lo and behold, Charity Ngilu, Kalonzo's political nemesis in Ukambani politics since time immemorial, sat together with him at one table to join one alliance. In 2002, the National Rainbow Coalition won the race to State House. 10 years later, the remnants of that coalition are back together for the same purpose. But will they make lightning strike twice? Ferdinand Omondi, KTN, Nairobi.